Hello, everybody.
Part 2.
Welcome
Crimson
back.
Flower. Great Tree Moon. Field of Revenge.
With me, Get Daved. Mentioned everything but the title of the game. It's Fire Emblem.
With the capture of Aryan Road complete, the Imperial Army moves to invade the kingdom capital. They plot to send troops toward now vulnerable House Fraldarius territory. And
Still
plan
plowing
to
the
attack
fields.
Ferdiad from two sides.
Also, we're going to see how this recording goes. In the background, I have a process running. I really, really can't interrupt it. But I thought it would take about 10 minutes, and we're into the hours. It's started over a couple times. Actually, no, it's finished and then started again. I don't know. It's working. This is how it's supposed to work. I don't understand. But that's exciting. Time for the brief.
Aryan Road has fallen.
How you doing?
Grieg, I swear that I will not allow your death to be in vain.
Oh, right. We killed Felix's dad.
The scouts have just now returned. Seems the Imperial Army is marching toward the kingdom capital. Are you certain about this, Dimitri? As king, do you think it wise to intercept them yourself?
You could help.
No need to worry yourself. Even if I am defeated, the Blathed bloodline will live on. And the kingdom's territory has never been rich in resources. If the castle falls under siege, our loss is inevitable.
Well, I appreciate your practicality.
I will deploy my army onto the plains and wait for the enemy.
Are we going to
Please
Grondor?
position your forces so that they can flank the Imperial Army.
Yes.
But we're
Given the
flanking.
present situation, making the plains our battlefield is a logical choice. I have no objection. However,
I object.
There is only one person I am after. I have no interest in any other prey.
Just wants
I will
Edelgard dead.
take you at your word. Erasing the other child's existence is my task, and mine alone. I will get you back, Mother. I promise.
I'm Mother.
What do you think, Lady Edelgard? Will they shut themselves inside of Ferdiad?
They will try to intercept us. Of course, Ferdiad will not fall so easily. Even so, if we were to cut off their supply line with a large army, it would eventually fall.
Yeah, be
It makes
rough on the
much more
people.
sense for them to wager everything on a victory at the Tailteen Plains.
Oh. Where, the thing
The
happened.
same plains where the so-called divine Saros defeated Nemesis, the King of Liberation, in a comeback victory over 1,000 years ago. And about 400 years ago, the hero Lugh created the kingdom by defeating the Emperor of the time on those very plains. Their goal must be to recreate that scene.
Yes, I suppose so. Although the Imperial Army is powerful, if we were to compare the strength of our best to the best of the Knights of Saros, we would likely come up short.
Really?
The Kingdom's army and House Blathed are also renowned for their unmatched persistence. On the battlefield, it can be assumed that their one and only goal will be to strike you down.
Well, there are no secrets among us then.
Are you telling me to stay off the battlefield?
Naturally. You are their aim, Your Majesty. You must know it only makes sense to keep you out of their reach.
Yeah, but you gotta rule after.
And you must know that, at a time like this, I absolutely cannot withdraw.
Of course I know that. That is why I will refrain from asking you again to stay away from the battlefield.
Yeah, you gotta say it.
The Immaculate One, descendants of the 10 elites, and other extremely fearsome foes await us.
Oh, bring it on.
But with the help of our friends, we have a chance of defeating them. We're the only ones who can. Within our group, I am included among those with the kind of strength we need to win. I absolutely will not remove myself from the front lines.
Okay, fair.
Professor, you have that same strength as well, whether or not you realize it yet.
Yes, I am the strongest.
Please, don't get yourself killed trying to protect me.
Not the first time. And I'll just rewind time again.
Until the very end. We'll survive this trial together. Understood?
Yeah. I'm going to try not to preach on the subject, but if there's one thing I have come to start believing about the world, it's like a certain laissez-faire belief. Not explicitly economic, but like, if you want to help people and your previous efforts have only made things worse, getting out of the way is the most helpful thing that can be done. Which brings us to Rhea and why I want to get her out of the way.
I'm sure my father will be waiting in Ferdiad. If I can avoid it, I'd rather not fight him.
If it is not an objective to kill him, we will
But I
not.
don't think my father is capable of betraying the royal family. Of betraying Dimitri. I must be prepared to do what I have to.
Yeah, but
I'm alright. I still stand by my decision to trust in you. Professor, let's make sure we win.
yeah, you bet. Oh, sweet. B rank.
This experience is critical.
I have been told that Felix will not learn any more spells. However, he already knows Thoron, so I don't care.
If we win this battle, it will be an end to the kingdom and to the church. Under the Empire, an era of peace would begin.
Boy, you are going to be disappointed when we go out to kill those who slither in the dark right after, although that is likely to be a different sort of war.
Many
It's kind of
people are
unclear how
clinging
much
to this
power
notion,
they have.
But I wonder if it would really end up as such.
A lot depends on how well Edelgard governs.
It's true. It's nothing but hypotheticals at this point. I wonder, was the collapse of Aryan Road really the church's doing? Or could
No.
it be that... Never mind me. Just thinking aloud.
Yeah, Edelgard pinned it on the church, and I'm not exactly sure why. I generally do not approve of any form of lie to the public.
I have a fiancée back home, and I promised her I'd come back alive.
Okay.
No matter how tough the fight gets, I won't die. I have to survive and make it back to her.
Sounds like he just told me he was going to surrender.
Is that so? I hear that House Blathed commands some strong and well-trained troops.
Yeah, we'll see.
People say they're fiercely devoted and will gladly die for their king. Reminds me of Lenato's men, the ones we faced back in Magdred.
Yeah.
Unlike those civilian soldiers, though, here we're up against the best that the Fargus army has to offer. It's going to be a hard battle, but if there's a peaceful tomorrow waiting on the other side, it'll be worth it.
Yeah, and if life's just not horrible for everyone all the time. Why, Verona? Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Oh, whoops. I forgot one of the more important things. Oh, we have stopped getting an allowance. That's what's going on. Because it's a new chapter, but we didn't get a sweet stack of cash. You know what? Let's do one. Maybe our last cast. It's a good sound effect. Ah. You can actually err on the side of being late a little bit. Hey! Sweet platinum fish. Which honestly sounds horribly unhealthy to eat.
I thought you were going to attack the kingdom capital, but you attacked Aryan Road instead?
Yes.
Well, you sure had me fooled. She's a tricksy one, that Lady Edelgard. But this time, you really are going for the capital, right? I wish you the best of luck.
Joke's on you. We're gonna destroy Aryan Road again.
Hey! Professor.
Oh.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. The time has finally come to set out for the kingdom capital, Ferdiad. I thought the same thing last month, but I still can't believe the plan was to ambush Aryan Road. I know it couldn't be helped, but even I wasn't let in on the secret. Me! Not gonna lie, that hurt a little. Well, let's forget about
You're not that important.
I'm praying for your victory and your safe return.
Thanks, man. Someone break the news to him gently. Turnip. Oh, I only saw arm and was a little puzzled. There we go. Thought that was the guy's name. Yeah, I'm good for now. We're basically broke, so...
The Knights of Seros are led by the Archbishop herself, and the Kingdom Army is led by none other than the King. I have faith that the Imperial Army will prevail, but it still makes my knees feel a bit wobbly.
Hey, they weeble and they wobble.
The idea of defeating Rhea is beginning to feel more like a reality. Some may say that I'm returning her goodwill with betrayal, but I believe I've worked off my debt.
Yeah, I mean, you worked for her for several years.
The real problem is a certain someone else. That's right. She was my partner, after all. I haven't seen her since leaving the Knights. I can see her coming to slaughter me, driven by her mixed emotions of love and hate.
Yeah, I can relate to that, honestly. I think Rhea feels the same way.
We're almost to the kingdom capital of Ferdiad. Just imagine, the war might almost be over. But is it true that Aryan Road was annihilated? What in the world happened? What is the Seros Church, really?
Well...
Of course, Professor. I trust you, okay?
There are many layers to it. Ooh. Many candidates on that, actually.
Ah, did you want something? Sorry, I was a bit lost in thought. Or rather, I was thinking about work. My brother had sorted out all his personal affairs. Apparently, he'd forgotten about his work duties.
So there's like
So
no
now I've got
ranking
10 more
officer?
work on my plate. Oh, brother, why must you be so careless? Once this war is over, I'm gonna take a vacation and get some well-earned rest. Back home with my mother.
Professor! Once you set out on your next mission, you won't be able to have a proper meal for a while, right? You should eat
Sure.
up while you can. Build up your physical strength to prepare for the mission.
Oh, are we not going to return to Garreg Mach after? The Spice Festival. We'll see how this goes.
Oh, I love this meal. How did you know?
Ah, I can eat so much of this stuff. My stomach's growling just thinking about it.
Om nom nom. What did we eat? It's like chowder and a souffle? I don't know how I feel about that combo. Alright, I'm actually just gonna... We've got a bit of a jog to get to the mission.
How about Ferdiad, the kingdom capital? From the Empire's perspective, it seems like the northernmost edge of the world. I have come a long way following you and Edelgard. To think, what if I had succeeded Duke Ire as Prime Minister? I would never have had all these experiences.
Yeah! Also, you'd think the Prime Minister would need to be elected, but...
I hope that is true. I used to be so naive.
Yeah.
For now, let us join together and walk the path that Her Majesty lays out.
Sure, I'll take the axe promotion.
This experience is critical.
Hey, I could use a hand.
I'm stuck in sex dungeon outfits. Okay. Go to the greenhouse.
Hi there.
If the enemy forces come to intercept us, chances are high that we'll clash on the Tailtean Plains. The Tailtean Plains were the site of a famous battle in ancient times, right?
And a lot of stabbing.
That's what some book type at the library said, at any rate.
Man, them book types.
Hello. Claude was known as the master tactician. There wasn't a situation he couldn't strategize his way out of. Whereas King Dimitri is known as the Tempest King. He is a force to be reckoned with on the battlefield. We still haven't ever faced him head on. Can we do this?
I mean, Gronder.
Yes, of course we can. I'm sorry. I let my uncertainty get the better of me. We have
Just
you,
watch me.
And we have Edelgard. Not to mention many other allies we can rely upon. Together, we can overcome even the most formidable foe.
Sure. I don't even know what to do with the activity points at this point.
King Dimitri is always accompanied by a man from Dusker with a terrifying face.
It's very
And
neutral.
what's more, this man is said to be so huge, he's often mistaken for a bear.
He is tall.
I have worries. What have I been achieving? When the war is ended, I will be returning to Bridget with much new potential. But have I had enough growth to become the ruler?
Oh, heck yeah. Also, enjoy a sip of your beverage, everyone.
I have gratitude. I will take your words into my heart. Rigid pride, techniques, and culture. I will be showing all of the world who we are.
Yeah, and hopefully you've sort of absorbed the best of Fodlan. I don't know if there's much.
Professor?
Again, my disdain for this land cannot be overstated. Like, just cut back to Fire Emblem Awakening, and, like, look at life in Elise after this.
Is that so?
It's, oh.
Pardon me.
Alright, we gotta go deliver the grass.
Thanks. I'm glad I asked you.
Thanks for the herring bait.
How about...
He literally paid us in worms. You know what? Let's try something.
Right.
No, I don't want to go to... Just looking for a white trout.
That reminds me.
Hello!
Hey! The spice melange.
This one do?
Excuse me.
It's all yours. Tell your friends.
Hello there. Return soon, please.
Hey, welcome. Come again.
All right. See how Edelgard's feeling. This is the big one. Not sure how many chapters are left in the game, but it's got to be like
all
2.
Of the military force we can muster and advance to the kingdom capital of Ferdiad. I have no intention of retreating to Garreg Mach after we've come this far. We
Okay.
will only return after we've conquered Ferdiad and put an end to this war. Be sure to steel your heart and ready yourself for the battle ahead.
I guess I should prepare well.
Are you certain? If so, please help me raise the morale of our allies.
Okay. It's an easy enough objective. We're going to dinner, everybody.
Professor, looks like we're finally getting to the end of this thing. Don't go dying on us now, all right?
I accept.
Not planning on it. If you're still alive when this is all over, then I'll have kept my word to Captain Gerald. Let's both live to see the dawn of a bright new age.
You got it. I guess I should be raising morale like I just said I would.
Professor, do you mind if I complain about something, well, personal? Of course you don't.
Okay.
This army is almost all single men. If that marital status came before or during the war, I'm not to say. The point is, I'm in charge of the infirmary. I wind up treating hundreds of men every week. I get to talk to all sorts of men from all walks of life, all of the time. And yet... No! Not one of these men is infatuated with their caregiver. Isn't that supposed to happen in wartime?
Maybe you're trying too hard.
At this point, you're the only man who pays attention to me. I guess I'll have to take what I can get.
Oh boy. Well, bye.
When Edelgard first invited me to join this army, I, to be frank, thought her dream utterly ridiculous. But at my advanced age, I was tempted by the notion of chasing a seemingly impossible dream through blood, sweat, and tears.
And?
5 years on, the unification of Fodlan is slowly becoming a reality. It may soon be possible to abolish the nobility and create a world where none need suffer due to crests. You need not say anything. I will stay by your side, and hers, to the very end.
Yeah, the interesting twist. He hates crests. Or thinks they're bad. Or how they're handled is bad, I suppose.
This experience is critical.
Yeah, I'll take that. It's basically a level up worth of dexterity.
When you think of it, as one approaches the end of a war, the sacrifices only grow larger, don't they? The winning side musters their forces and attempts to strike a decisive blow, while those of the losing side make desperate attempts to turn the war in their favor. Neither side will give. I only wish we'd consider those who lose their lives in that struggle.
Well, if we take out the leaders...
I can appreciate that, but just because a choice is better does not mean that it's good.
Yeah, agreed. I don't actually feel a way that aligns with any of those responses, but that was the list.
Ooh. Lord Arundel. As long as he exists, Lady Edelgard will... I believe I have explained before that he is the one who commanded the likes of Solon and Kranya.
Yes.
Cornelia, whom we defeated at Aryan Road, was also one of his. An irksome sort. We must not fail to be rid of him. He is a maggot, crawling in the filth of the world, feeding off the Empire like a parasite.
Yeah, overwhelmingly agree. I wonder if, like, upcoming DLC is going to be about that. Because it's looking like, unless there's a twist, could be a twist, Arundel, like, kills Rhea.
That reminds
and
over
then,
1,000 years ago now.
You know, raises
Not long after the
Garagmak.
Augustian Empire was founded, the first emperor and his army, with the aid of Saros, set out on a campaign to the north with the aim of unifying Fodlan. Meanwhile, in the northern reaches of Frontline, Nemesis, the King of Liberation, raised an army to take down the Empire. Both armies clashed on the Tailtean Plains, where Seros felled Nemesis. As a result, the conflict ended in a victory for the Empire. It's known as the Battle of Tailtean.
I recall the opening cinematic. Ooh, this is our last chance at advice, everyone. But I have a great feeling about the... Ah. Now, I did intentionally try to give him good advice there, but I'm hoping it means we see less of him. Oh yeah, no, stay in your room. It worked for Bernadetta.
Lady Rhea saying something strange.
Kill your
Something
parents?
About how she would recover her mother, no matter what.
Yeah, that's
Do
me.
you think Lady Rhea's mother is buried in Garrick Mach or something?
Buried somewhere in me? In my brain?
Dear goddess. For your safety, I'll do all I can to survive. But please, please don't die out there, Professor.
Okay. And you know what, everyone? I'm gonna take a break here, and in the next episode, polish this off, which should go quickly, and then the beginning of the final sprint.